Alright, I'm back with the third and hopefully final part of this tutorial on what to buy for Wiess Schwartz. I apologize for the sort of random cut in the part 2. I'm not used to the camera I'm using to record with. It's kind of hard to tell when I'm running out of time on the memory card, so obviously I've had to refresh it twice now. And so as I was saying, if you buy a booster box, you get all the climaxes you really need to make a decent deck, because again, you get 2 of every common, 1 of every rare climax. Also, there's 1 rare climax per color in a set usually. So you get everything you want. You get the 2 guaranteed, 1 double rare from each color. So if you're like with the Sword Art Online, if you're trying to make a Kirito deck, you're not guaranteed to get the level 3 Kirito if you buy two booster boxes, but you have a 50-50 chance each box. So what this is really good for is these booster boxes are really good for if you just want to make a deck from the series, but you don't necessarily know what specific color you want at the time. Now, booster packs. Again, in online stores, you can often get discounts if you buy a whole box instead of a pack. But, if you want to buy packs, they're kind of a higher risk, higher reward. Because you're not guaranteed this ratio of double rares, but you are guaranteed certain amounts of cards. So, I actually saved a pack to open for this tutorial. So I will open this and show you the relative distribution of cards that you can get in a booster pack. So first off, you could get Wiess Schwartz points. This is a miss. It's worth nothing. You're not guaranteed to get any points even if you buy a whole box, but you could. And what they get you free little freebies like card protectors, placemats, deck protectors. They're just a little extra. In every booster you get 1 climax. You get 1 rare card, which can be either rare, double rare, triple rare, super rare, or SP. This is a double rare. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is a rare. You get 2 uncommons, which makes them actually relatively common. And you get 4 common cards. So, the reason why I say this is slightly higher risk is you could open 20 packs, and you could get, if your luck is really bad, you could get 20 of the same climax. You're only allowed to play with 4 of any copy of a card in your deck, which this means that you would have, if you had 20 of the same climax, you'd only really have 4 climaxes, which, let's face it, you're screwed. You don't have enough cards. You can wind up not having any level 3s. I've been changing up the terminology. That's because they're really the same thing. They're supposed to be a level, but I call them grade because I know people who play Vanguard, so I'll try and use the correct term. You can wind up with none of those even if you buy 20 packs, just if your luck is bad. You can have no double rare cards. You can get none. You could, if your goal is to make a Kirito deck, which is the blue cards for Sword Art, The only card we have here that's blue is Huey. So you can see this is, you know, it can be risky if you're trying to, it can be a little bit more risky, but on the other hand, you could open 20 packs, and if your goal is to make an Asuna deck for Sword Art, then this is what you want, this is what you want, and that's what you want. And you get, you could increase the, well, you might get more double rare cards, level 3s, but you might not. So it's a question of, there's a slight monetary savings to buying these online, but aside from that, I'd mostly recommend these just because of the consistency you get. But if you're really dead set on making a specific deck, then you can get booster packs and they're not bad. Now, I did also forget to mention one other dishonest thing in the previous tutorial that I saw online is I saw someone selling, essentially what they did was they took the starter deck, took out all the unique cards from the starter deck, and replaced them with commons. That's also kind of dishonest when you sell it for more than the starter deck price, since you decreased its value and then sold it for more. Just something I had forgotten. And so the other, is there anything else to say on buying cards? Yes, I would not recommend buying more than 4 of these booster boxes, again, because reason for buying, the reason being, you are guaranteed one of every rare climax in every booster box, which means if you buy more than 4, you're guaranteed to get more than 4 of these. And since you can only use 4, you're just getting way too many cards that are redundant, and save the money. At that point, you want to start buying individual cards. You've already bought 4 booster boxes, which are not really cheap. They're not super expensive as far as trading cards go, but they're not cheap. You can probably maybe buy one of these a month if you have a decent paying job, and so they're not, you don't want to be buying more than 4 of them for any given series. And that's the tutorial I have on what I've seen buying cards. Yes, one other thing I probably should have mentioned earlier. Part of the reason there's not so much information on these cards is because they're only available in Japanese, but you can get good translations and stuff from websites like heartofthecards.com, Little Akihabara, and other sites that deal with hobby stuff will have good translations, and you can print out inserts, stick them in card protectors, and you can play the games that way. And that's it for this segment on buying cards. And up next will be the rules. Most people would probably start with that as the first tutorial, but I decided to mix things up. Alright.